Hi there and welcome to my desk. My name is Tonya and I'm from Tatty Treasures. If you're new, then hi and thank you for joining us today. If you are a returning subscriber, then it's always lovely to see you here. So today I am doing a collaboration with the lovely RachandBella Crafts. And I'm sure you've heard about it because this is, you know, the final week. So I'm guessing you've already seen lots of tips and tricks and hacks and you know, some fabulous makes. And I am, I think, the 22nd person to do theirs. So there is a hashtag and it's hashtag JJ Tips Tricks Hacks, and that will be in my description. So I put my name down for collage board uses. So luckily I had got some made, but I'll just quickly mainly at the end of every month I've got this box, and this is as much scraps as I will allow. It's a big box, so it's like nearly 10 inches by nearly 7, and it's 6 high, so you know it's a pretty big box. But as soon as it gets full, I empty it all out. Now I'm really lucky because I work with very similar colours, so I work with a lot of browns, a lot of greens and blue. So all I do really when I first get my box out is I just make piles of blue things, brown things and green things, and I take it from there. I prefer to do a lot of my collages in browns because then you can add to them. So once I've done my collage boards, I put a hole in and I attach one of these rings, and then this hangs up in my craft room, and then it's right next to my computer, so you know I can't help but remember that I've got them, and I do, you know, pull them out and use them. So I think these are from like the end of maybe autumn time. They look, you know, like autumn colours. So these was just on, you know, quite small like field note kind of books, and these are the index pages. So I mean those two I won't even need to put a back in on them if I'm using them as journal cards. So we've got those, and then I try and use, you know, all those index and you know, the start of the book and things like that. So that's a bigger one, that's upside down, and that's very neutral. And then all my strips, I don't know if you can see that because it's very same colours, so my strips I do those together, and I use those for well, I'll show you. And then I also do so many pages of just long strips. I've not got any of the cluster pages because I've used those, so I'll do so many, you know, at the end of the month I'll do so many sheets like this. I'll do so many smaller ones, I'll do so many in long strips, and then these small strips, and then I'll do some of actual clusters, and I keep them all hung up until I want to use them. So when I come to use them, I literally just rip around them. Luckily these are on a cream paper, so I won't need to, you know, rip all the paper off so you can't see the white. If it was white I'd rip it all off, but I'll rip round it all just so it's got a nice ripped ripped edge. You can use your tearing ruler, or you can cut them if you don't want them ripped. So that's that. Let's do another one. I've not got anything out apart from these couple of envelopes on the side. Wasn't totally sure what I was going to do, and I thought, well, I'll just start and see what happens. So we've got two like that, so that's that's those. These strip ones, what I would do is cut them down that way. So, oh no, I'll get my tear roller out. So normally I would sew these before tearing them, and I would just sew up and down, and then I would tear it off like so. And I'd, you know, tear the top and the bottom, and then I'd have some long strips like so. So I'll just take a couple of those off. Like so. So we've got two of those. And these bigger ones, I would do these as jumbo collaged cards. So if we use the two what I've got the plain backgrounds, so I'm just going to cut it off where that hole was, then just straighten it up. So don't really need it quite as big as that. So that's ready to have, you know, a main focal point on it. So I'll do the same with these. So once I've done these, I will go off and ink everything, and perhaps get something out to decorate. Now I can see what I'm going to do with them. Is that straight? Right, it's straightish. So that's those two. And then we've got these collage board things. So, I mean, I could tear some of those to do some clusters. I was kind of thinking that I was going to cover these envelopes for, you know, a future project. I could stick. I don't know if it would make it too thick, because that's on quite thick paper. So I think I might tear some of this to make some clusters. So let's tear down a rough edge to start with. Got my ruler the wrong way, and it doesn't like being the wrong way. And go down here, and then we've just got a rough edge on both. And then if I do them squarish, I think it's a bit hard to rip clusters out, so I'll just rip two of those on. Let's get this bit. I'll have to stick that bit down. Right, so I shall be back in a tick. Okay, I'm back. So everything's inked up. As I inked, I stuck any bits of paper what was sticking up. I've ripped these down because they'd be too long for like a belly band, and I've just kept the little pieces. See if we can do anything with those. So I've got some baskets around me. I've got some labels, got some numbers, and I've got some tabs out, some butterflies and stamps, and these, you know, little bits of things what you end up with millions of. So let's have a look what we've got. So yeah, it's a case of just, that's very nice, looking through and picking a focal point, really. Too big. these are from all different people. There's some Tracy Fox, some Artie Mays. Liking those. And we'll need something at the back of them to just give it a bit of movement at the back. They might be nice on there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just pick the pieces for it, and then I'll come back. Okay, I've picked out a focal point for each one. So let's start from this side. So I'm going to put a page tab on this, and that will go down the side of a page. So we'll get that on. This is one that I did in the Roxy Weekly Challenge last year. And it's one that I've continued to make because I really like it. And I've done them with, you know, all different themes. I've just done some bird ones. Oh, come on. Right, let's use. Thought I'll use that one because it'll come out a bit quicker, but no. Right, so let's get this stuck on. We'll pop that on there. Don't have to put the tab on. You could just have them, you know, down the side of your page, or down the side of an envelope, or whatever you're doing. But I do find that they're versatile little pieces, and they are great for using up all those little bits of strips of stuff that you've got left. I'm just going to layer a few different things up just for some interest. And if I was doing them, I mean, I've done the rest botanical, but yeah, I could either stick something botanical on there or a bird on there. So that's that one. This one, that side. I think I'll do that side like so. So yeah, I like to, you know, make a couple of pages of these up, and then you perhaps get 8 to a page, and then you've got plenty to get on with. I think these are very good for mass making kinds of projects. Well, I think if you've got some collage boards done beforehand, then it's, you know, a lot quicker, and it gets them, well, it gets them out of my box. I don't know how you store yours, but yeah, because we all end up overrun, don't we, with scraps. And saying the more we craft, the more scraps we use, which is crazy, because, like, you know, I never enough use. Oh, I feel like I nearly use all my scraps, but yeah, it's just it's never ending. And I suppose the more you know, ways that we can use them, the better. So that's that. A bit plain, but you can always put a ticket or a label or something on to jazz it up. So that's those two, and then we've got some clusters here. So I think I might rip down a bit of this. Let's just take, yeah, I'm just gonna glue at the back, and then just catch it where I want it, and I'll just pop that onto there. And again, a ticket or something and you've got a cluster, and clusters, I mean, I use clusters for everything. You know, that could be the start of your base of doing a journal card or a tag. We use them on the front of envelopes. Oh gosh, where don't I use them? That'd probably be the quickest one. But yeah, they just seem to go on everything, and then, you know, you can build around them to make them into something bigger. But these small things, they're great for using all those little bits of what we get in kits, or bits that you've cut out of books and stuff, because I end up with loads of just, you know, little pieces of ephemera. So that's another one. Then these ones are just going to be like little cluster, snippety, clustery type things. Again, I use these a lot for decorating all kinds of things, and you don't need to, you know, think too much about it. So that's that one. Yep. So that's that one. Right, so what have we got now? Got two belly buttons. I'm just going to put a sticker on this one. Because I couldn't find another long one like that, and I quite liked those on there. So that's that. I feel like I want something maybe coming out a little bit. Let's look at that. Yeah, I like that. So pop some glue down here. So it's getting towards the end of the month, and my tub is full, so I will be getting it out and getting some more boards made up. And then, like I say, with hanging them, they don't take any room up. So I think I would probably put a little bit of lace or something you know, going that way. But as a base, that's fine to start off with. What can we put under here? Yeah, we'll just put that just for a bit of crunch and interest. And I do like something hanging off a bit. I like things quite, you know, rough and rustic looking. So that's that. Okay, so I've got the two big journal cards. I don't know if I'm going to have them that way or that way, but I think I'm going to put some birds on these. So ooh, we're going to need some quite big birds for these. I mean, I can always cut them down, but too big. Go from not big enough to too big. I quite like the female blackbird against that, so that's a possibility. Ooh. Oh, that's very nice. So, let's look at this one. No, and I don't fancy taking that leaf off. Different one. Very nice. Yeah, just a little bit. I think that's the same one as I've just pulled out. Oh. No, I need a little one for that. Might go with the blackbirds. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, look at that. Wonder if, because this one's barer, that'd be nice on there. And that, yeah, I like that. So we'll go with those. I think they might be cold tips. I think that's what they are. Right, so I do like putting a frame on them. Kind of like that. That colour-wise, that's lovely, but I don't think it's quite big enough. So we'll leave that out as a possibility. Ooh, I'm liking that. Just like... No, that's then too big, isn't it? Right, let's have a look at this one. Maybe. See what that looks like when it's inked around. Don't think it's going to want a lot else on there, to be honest. Kind of fills that space up. So these ink pretty well. I got these from AliExpress. I've had them about a year. All I put in the search was frame stickers. They're a bit like a canvasy material. I bought 2 packets because I did think it would be one of those things that I can never find again. So I don't know if they're still available or not. I know a few people after when I did them last year managed to get some. So I'm gonna have to ink around this. So if you make, you know, a really big collage board, you can obviously make it into a folio. Yeah, I'm gonna say the video really should have been called "What Can't You, What Can't You Do?" With a collage board. You've just got to see it as you know, a piece of either, you know, like digital paper or scrapbook paper. You can do whatever you want with them. Do like them sewn. Yeah, I'm liking that. And then I think a label there. So that's what I'm going to do with that one. Let's have a look at this one. I think that needs to be that kind of way, which is a shame because colour wise that's pretty good. About this one. So could have oh, I like that. Yeah, that's lovely. Super. So that's what I'm going to do with those. So yeah, I'm going to carry on, you know, sticking them down and what have you. But that's, you know, all my kind of tips. Like I say, when I do my collage boards, I do try and keep them pretty neutral, and then perhaps add colour after. I suppose it depends what your scraps are like. Obviously, because I work with a lot of neutrals, most of my scraps are neutrals. So I've already inked these. I want to try and keep out of the edges because I do want to sew around these. I would, you know, normally have done that before. Okay, so if I go about that, that kind of keeps it out of the, yep, out of the sides. So that's that. I love it with that faux tape on there. Let's just ink around this a little bit. It's a beautiful book that I cut these out of. I can't remember what it was. I think it wasn't just a bird book. I think it was, you know, more nature. And there was like birds through the seasons. That's why you've got the same bird. Because it was showing you it on the trees through the seasons, which there was beautiful pictures. So yeah, I'm gonna have that just there. That's lovely. I did put a pin in this when I paused, so hopefully. I need a pin for this one. I haven't got one. Right, come on. Let's be having you. No, it's not going to. I'm going to use the Collab. I think I need to clean all my tips. I need to do a bit of housekeeping, don't I? So I think all my scissors and my boards and things like that are all ready for cleaning. It's the end of the month kind of thing. I'm going to say when I start new projects and that, tend to, you know, have not a proper clean up, but yeah, I do all my scissors and my boards and stuff. I think it builds the excitement for starting new projects. Yep. Oh no. Oh no. I've broke his tree. So, oh, that goes like that. Come on, let's mend you. That's it. That's lovely. So I'll just pop that there. And we'll put this one down. Don't want it. Okay. Must remember, don't take it right into the corner. I'll say I always do that and then have to think, oh, I wanted to say that. Keep thinking I'm going to do one of those collages in like a colouring book or something, but I've forever got old pages what I want to use up, so it is a good way to get rid of them. But it would be nice to have them, you know, all in a book type thing. But the having it hung up in my craft room, it has worked quite well, because if I'd have done them and then put them in a folder, I'd have forgot about them and it would have been, oh, can't remember when I did those. Just gonna bring that down because there's sewing there, and then I'll cut that off. It's nice and fresh, isn't it? Nice green. Spring is in the air. Right, let's cut that off. Okay, so let's have a look for a number or something. Maybe that's a little bit too big, but I do like that. It's going to catch the sewing, isn't it? Yeah, that's too big. Let's just keep pulling out the ones that are too big. We'll just keep pulling them ones out. I do like that there. Oh, that's a nice colour from there. Perhaps lift that. Yeah, I'm gonna have that down there. So that was an easy one. So let's ink those up. I've just got the walnut stain out. I've got the vintage photo out. I don't know why, because it's it's about dried up and the pad's not in very good shape, so I won't be buying a re-inker. Just gonna see what it looks like under some bit of tea bag. that. Okay. Stick this on here first. Yep. I'm okay. There. Yeah, straight-ish. Maybe a little bit too close to the bottom, but so I do like to do a zigzag, but I suppose I could alternate zigzag to straight stitch. Let's just stick that down. So that's that. Then let's have a look at this. Let's take that seam bit off there. Yeah, that's lovely. I'll pop that there. And like I say, I would have sewn these first, so then I've got these tabs, and I'm just gonna put some stamping over them just to give them a bit of interest. So that's that, and then I'm gonna pop them right in the middle, like so. So I bet have some gigantic pockets. These will come in really handy when I'm doing file folders. And if you've not watched me before, I do really like file folders. I've got a bit of a thing for them. And I try not to make them. And I'll make a couple of things and then I'm like, oh, I need to make a file folder. I've not made a file folder this month, and yeah, I'm like, oh, I need to make one. So yeah, these will be perfect for in those. And I mean, they can, you know, they could go in that kind of pocket, but I mean, it would be nice if they would go that way. I think that's about in the middle, so I'm really happy with that. Very different from the other things that I've made. These are quite, I mean, even though this is really autumnal with the catkins on, it's still got that fresh kind of springy feel to it, whereas the other stuff is quite grungy botanicals. Do love grungy botanicals, but I also love, you know, fresh as well. Okay, so that's those two done, and then I say we've got two little snippety type things. Got those couple of page tabs, a couple of clusters, and some bands. So that is that. So thank you very much for coming along and watching me today, seeing what I can make with my collage boards. And like I say, it is more what can't you do with them. This is, you know, just a few things that you can do. So get sticking and get some made up. So thank you very much, and I shall, well, hopefully you might come back again, and it'll be nice to have you on board. So until next time, bye for now.